Happy Monday. I hope you've had a good weekend. I hope it's not pouring down and blustering at your house like it is at mine. The nice bit is I can have the curtains open because there's not enough sunlight to make any difference. But it's quite a blustery day out there, as Pooh would say. But here we are. I have got a photo to scrapbook today. That's a start, right? Yeah. So I've also got all of the pages I've done so far and the little bonus stamping session that I did for Ornamentally Yours at the weekend. So let's get off of my face. Oh, this is Bambi, by the way. Bambi in a Christmas hat and a Santa hat. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Enough of that. Let's get to the desk. So I'll come back to this. So we have made this month, with this month's kit, a vertical composition, a portrait and a landscape together in a block. And this is what we did last time. Torn edges, ink that's all just one ink pad but looks like lots of different colors. And a shelf composition plus a cluster at the bottom. So that's what we've been doing with the November supplies so far. And then on Saturday, I did a bonus live stream over on the Ornamentally Yours Facebook group and shared some tips for using your Christmas stamp sets. So we did some stamping a little bit like this. And that's all one stamp set, and just looking at how to start with one and make them all fit together, because the designer may not have ever imagined that they would go together like that either, but you can take different stamps and put them together, be they one set, many sets, whatever you got, by looking at the designs and finding ways that they fit together. So we did that, and then we chopped it into circles. We made a Christmas tree that you could put on a card or in a journal entry or anything like that. And we dressed up a little tag. Now that base tag is from the November kit. I cut it from that Vicky paper with the tags on it. So there you go, bonus tag idea. So you can watch that whenever you like. It's free and it's on Facebook if you search for Ornamentally Yours. There we go. And then today. What? Sophia has never seen Bambi. It's okay. We'll allow it. You need a whole box of tissues. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Then today's photo. So we're up to in Photo Magic, where I'm going through all of the photos from our Disney trip. We are up. I've posted all the way through day 6, and day 6 was back at Epcot. So remember, I have done one Epcot page so far, which was this one from the first day that we spent at Epcot. And this is the second Epcot day. And this is a funny one. I put it up for a vote after you'd seen all of the photos that I'm planning to scrap from that day, which admittedly I need to narrow it down because I had 14 single pages, I think, and this may be a little much, but I had photos that I liked and stories I wanted to tell, so it's okay. So this photo was really funny because this is at the UK Pavilion in the World Showcase at Epcot, where if you've never been to Epcot, there's all these little sections that are made to represent different countries of the world. And there is a UK Pavilion. It's all just kind of all of the UK lumped together. But as we walked by, there's like this ornamental garden. It's where Alice comes to stand and have pictures and things like that. Okay, that was the word. Stand. That's the word I'm looking for. She stands there and she'll meet you. Anyway, Alice was not out when we walked past, but as we walked past this garden, WB says, "Hey, can you take my picture in fake England?" So I took his picture in fake England, and then we just carried right on walking. But it's a really cute picture of him, and I love that he called it fake England. So I put it open for a vote, and last time when I put it open for a vote, this won in a landslide for that day. All the photos from that day, almost every vote was for that picture. I was like, okay, no problem. I hear you. But this particular day, the votes were equally spread. Every single photo that I posted got at least one request. None of them got more than 4. But fake England got a lot of them with extra laughing emojis. So that's what pushed it over. I let the emojis count as extra votes. So we're going to do fake England. Right. let's just go ahead and do my speech because I don't have a sketch in mind just yet, but it's coming to me. It's coming to me. Okay. Hi, my name's Shimelle. I teach online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products, and help you use them to tell your stories in a creative way. It's not just my hobby, it is my job. That means anytime I scrapbook on the internet, it's considered advertising, and legally I have to make sure you're aware of that. Thank you for watching my #advertising. I appreciate you being here and talking or just watching, whether you are here live or whether you watch it later on the replay in Tomorrowland when it suits your schedule at any hour of the day. It's totally cool. Now, if you want to support this or if you have any questions, there are things you can click on in the box below the video. So there's a link to everything I'm using this month, which is the November kit. There's a link to what I'm using next month, the December kit. Mine arrived, by the way, so I'm going to film a walkthrough of that very soon. Also, you can find the link to what I'm using in my Christmas journal. But also, you can find the link to sign up for Journal Your Christmas. So if you watch here and you haven't taken Journal Your Christmas and you celebrate Christmas, then seriously do check it out. It is like, I would be nothing without Journal Your Christmas. It is like, if all of us are summed up in one big contribution to whatever it is we love, Journal Your Christmas is my thing. It is, I know some of you will be like, what? It's bigger than Glitter Girl, my sparkly friend. If I look back over everything that I've done, Journal Your Christmas is the thing. So, and it's a revamp year, which means it's a year that I go through all the prompts, I refresh everything, I write different topics, I scrapbook different things. And I'm really excited about one thing that we're going to be able to demonstrate this year, and I'm just excited about. So I'm going to talk, sorry, this is my advertising speech, I'm going to talk for a minute. Okay, so the whole concept of Journal on Christmas has always been, because you get to participate as many years as you like, you don't have to do daily pages. If daily pages are something that's great for you, daily journal entries, daily scrapbook pages, daily photographs, anything like that, if doing it every single day is really helpful to you, then there's plenty of material to make that happen. But there's also zero pressure. That does not make or break a Christmas journal. So there's always been this idea that if that's not your style, it's okay because you're not going to pay more to come back another year. So maybe you do 3 or 4 topics this year and you come back and you add 3 or 4 more, and you come back and you add 3 or 4 more. But I've always had to do daily pages because I'm illustrating what I'm talking about every time. But last year, WB started doing journal entries in his Christmas journal, his own book. And 1, he had a great time doing it. 2, it was not feasible for somebody who's going to school and doing their homework and doing lessons and all of that stuff to also do a daily entry in a video. Yeah. His schedule apparently is quite like lots of people's. We don't have enough time for all the fun things we want to do. So he is adopting that second strategy. He is adding a few entries to his journal every year, and it's all going to go in the same book. I'm really happy I know that's a silly thing, but I'm really excited to be able to show you in my house what both examples look like. So, and maybe there'll be a return of Magic Hands that guest starred in his videos last year. But yeah, if you also have a kid who scrapbooks, his content is separated out into a kids corner thing, and we had a kids message board. That's all going to continue so that our younger scrapbookers don't feel like they have to mix and mingle with the grown-ups if they don't want to. They're certainly welcome, but they can also hang out with people their own age. They have full capability of seeing everything. Yeah, so I think that's everything I want to say about that right now. But if you haven't done it, go ahead and sign up, please. It'd be awesome. That's the best thing you could do. Okay, enough. Let's scrapbook. If you have questions about Journal Your Christmas, I can answer them if you want to leave them in the chat. No problem. There'll also be a video coming up soon where I kind of go through some more details. But I'm always very conscious of not wanting to overload people on Christmas before December, because you might feel burnt out by the time the 25th arrives. And that is part of Journal Your Christmas. I really don't want you to feel like, oh my goodness, I just have to get to the 25th and then this season is done. No, we're all about maintaining Christmas magic, even as grown-ups. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. Jolene's little scam. Wait for the return of WB, or little singular. That's so exciting. Yay. Okay, so I need to make a sketch for this. I need a plan. Stand. Oh, it's Ticket Trousers Santa. Why does he look like Santa now that I made that belt? I didn't see it at the time, but that's all I see now. Once seen cannot be unseen. Maria asks a very timely question. She says, good morning for the U.S. What is the best way to see the list of classes you have available? The best way will be to wait until this Thanksgiving weekend because there's going to be a whole new formatted list for you. Yeah? So the list that's linked there that has Journal Your Christmas at the top, you can take all of those things, but it's missing a bunch of things that are newer. But there is a post all scheduled for the Thanksgiving weekend. And that's, if for those of you who don't have Thanksgiving on your calendar, that's this coming weekend. So that will help. That will help. Yay! Debbie says, I take ideas from Journal Your Christmas every year for my Christmas and holiday pages, even though I don't make most of them in December. Totally. And Debbie also suggests, pace yourself. Yeah. It's totally cool. All right. So I got one photo today. It's going to go over here because it's got that kind of direction. Yeah. Look at that lovely bit of leading line in the garden. Look, it forms a little arrow that points to him. Boop, boop. Look, it's WB. Okay, I'll stop doing that with my Sharpie now before I drop it. Then I want to take a whole bunch of papers that we have left and make them into boxes and layer them across the page like this. Yeah. I just realized this is not all that unlike the other page, but on the other way around. So see how we did that vertically here? I kind of want to do it this way, except it's a portrait photo, so the boxes are going to be bigger, but it's a similar concept. It's still rectangles across a page. Yeah? Spangled Unicorn works on her Christmas journal in February. Yay. Right, and then the title's going to go, I think, okay, it's going to go one of two places, depending on how the boxes fit. It could go here. I'm going to put question marks. It could go here. Okay, or you could have a long title, like a title and a subtitle that take up both. Find one of these boxes that can be the journaling box, or make this a very plain background and you could add your journaling in here. Okay, so you could add journaling in there. Then there's going to be embellishment along the way here. Kind of in a line, not a straight line. It's going to wobble a little bit, but they're not going to be completely like top of this one, bottom of that one, top of this one, bottom of that one. They're all going to be quite through the middle. Yeah? Okay. So that is my sketch for today. Now to find the papers to make it happen. So let's have a look. If you'd like to screen grab that, it looks like this. Okay. Oh, by the way, since I've got my December kit, you know what else it means I have? Lumberjack plaid. If you've got any questions, if you want me to show it against all my other reds, I mean, not that Tim hasn't done that a lot, but if you want to, I can do that. I'm just saying. All right, let's go. Let's go. Terry says she signed up but doesn't have a welcome email. Okay. I think there's, yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. That's what I'm going to say. Don't worry. There's a message that will go out. I don't know what day it's scheduled for, but there is a, hey, here's the form and that and everything like that kind of message. But the class starts on the 1st of December. So I do get a lot of really nervous emails where people are like, in fact, I start getting them in October, but I got about 10 on the 1st of November where people went, I didn't get a prompt today. It starts on the 1st of December. So nobody gets a prompt on the 1st of November. I'm not saying that's what happened to you, Terry, but I'm always like, I really want to just go to them and be like, it's okay. We got one more month. one more month. And then prompts. And yeah, so if you don't get a message on the 1st of December, 1, you'll be able to access it on the forum, and 2, you'll be able, well, you could always email me, but you should email me and be like, you know what? It did not make it. Yeah. Oh, I'm still gesturing to the camera, and I'm not on that camera anymore. Yeah. Does that help? Does that help? But yeah, if you don't need, nobody needs to be doing any worrying right this second. You're all good. Okay, let's see. Papers I still have. How many live streams do we have left with this? What day of the week does December start on? I think we have one more scheduled. Is that right? Boop. I check my calendar very quickly. Yeah, so this Friday is when WB just coincidentally has the day after Thanksgiving off school. And the Adhesive Vendor has it off work. So you know what? I'm not going to live stream. I may or may not have something else up that morning for you to watch, depending on how things go. But then we have one more live stream a week from today. Okay, so I can use quite a lot of what is here and not worry that I don't have enough to make it through. We're gonna be fine. Okay. I've got more than I can use and do. Okay. So what this feels like it's relevant for fake England. Hello, fake England. The question is, do I want it as a full background or do I want it as pieces? And I think the answer is pieces. Okay, so what would I have as a full background? You know what I'm missing this month? It's the thing I couldn't get. Yeah, what if we make this the whole background? I'm missing my Doodlebug backgrounds this month because that was the thing I couldn't re-get from my my order. Re-get. Seriously, somebody take away all permission I ever have to teach English. Yes, it is a little painful to use this side when that side's so pretty, but it's just paper. It's all right. Okay, so I'm going to cut boxes. Yes, I am. I just realized I did no bend and snap. I just went to cutting while I was talking here, just for all of you. Okay. Jennifer says, should we have gotten an email saying our stamps have shipped? Jennifer, have you still not got your email? Because yours bounced back, and so I sent it again, like as a personal email. So Jennifer, I know yours are in the post. Consider this your shipment email. Your stamps have shipped because you have a very recognizable name. So I know yours is gone right off the top of my head because you have a recognizable name and because, yeah, when I sent it, it came back. And so it bounced back. And so then I sent another email saying, hi, I'm not sure if you got the original one because it bounced back. So your stamps have shipped. So, yep. Okay, so how tall? Oh, those are both, okay, I don't want it that tall. That was 5 inches, but that's what the photo is. I want it, let's try 4 1/4. Okay. And then let's do 4 1/4 by like 2-ish. And which way, yeah, the lines. Okay, so the one, I want one with lines to be longer. So those two are that one. This one, I want a bigger one, just slightly. So I'm gonna make this one 3 for writing. Okay, then let's bring in some other things here. This one could look really nice, maybe. Has it got enough of that peach? I think it does, because look, it's that color there. Okay. And we got, let's have that butterfly tag. Maybe this one too. Those two. We're gonna do something with this vellum. I know. Shock. Okay. Paper. Oh, and we got little scraps of this stuff left that I can use too. Cool, cool, cool. Come here. So we need some of this. So let's make this, I made the others 4 1/4, so let's make this one 3 3/4. What have I got down here at the end? Yeah. 2 1/2. Oh, that's very similar to the tag size as it goes, but I've got these as well in case that works better. Maybe this red. Oh, actually, I'm going to take both pieces here, and I'm going to have one be the A side and one be the B side, like that. Right. And 3x4. Come on, Shimelle. How much paper can you layer across the page? We're going to find out. Jo is from South Australia, and she was laughing at the commentary on addresses. So funny. Oh, Lisa is here live when she's not normally here live. Hello! Anne says, oh, Anne, I'm sure I remember writing your name. I will double check, but yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're good to go. I think both emails are just getting harder and harder to actually get to people. That's my layman theory, my layperson's theory. So that'll make Journey of Christmas fun. But hopefully it'll work. It'll work. It'll work. Okay. I might cut these into circles. I'm going to leave them as boxes for now. Okay. All right. So we have photo and we have brown ink. Is that brown ink? Yeah, brown here. Is this? Yep. Battery's definitely on. Good. Brown ink. Brown booper. All right. Leave the vellum for now. What do you like? Leaving a strip on the edge that's the wrong color. That's why I shouldn't be trusted with a trimmer. I was trying to be all useful there, giving measurements, cutting things with a trimmer, but no, I'm not really. Not really. Yes, Sophia, I did get that email and I have no idea what to do about it. So yeah, if you've subscribed to the blog feed where you would get the blog posts sent to you by email, the current situation with FeedBurner is it says it's sending it to all of you. I could see Sophia's email address right there in the list, but Sophia's not getting the emails, and I'm guessing that means that she's not alone. So yeah, I definitely don't have the bandwidth to figure it out before the 1st of December, but I appreciate your message, and we'll see what I can figure out. I do not know. I did find out that I could access the email list, because I'm sure when I first used FeedBurner, you couldn't do that. And like I couldn't actually see who had subscribed, but that was in the dark ages, and it has changed. Oh no! Sarah can't hear me because her husband's doing the vacuuming. What a conundrum. You win some, you lose some. Do I end up with automatic subtitles or no? Do I only get subtitles once it's processed? I have no idea. They're always funny when you get live subtitles. Okay, I might have to save this one. I want this bit, but I might have to use it as an embellishment or something. Okay, this is going to be popped up on top of there. Subtitles after a few hours or a day. Yeah. Sarah says just don't talk about anything exciting. I love that you consider some of the things I talk about exciting, because I know there are even people in my household who would disagree with that. No, she's just going on about paper and the names of Australian locations again. I love that we then also had somebody who watched from Tomorrowland chime in about the Kiwi names of the North Island and the South Island. And I didn't even think about that. But, you know, I'm totally aware of that, because in the time that we were there, we went back and forth between the North and South Island. And Hawaii has the Big Island that I found quite funny, because it's also called Hawaii. Yes, but we call it, if you live there, you call it the Big Island. It's just all these things, names, they're adorable. Okay, Julianne says the blog post email stopped, but she still can see the blog fine through Feedly app. So that is a way that could work. Oh, maybe I just end up covering that piece in the middle. That would be okay. All right. Where am I going to put all these pieces? I'm determined to make it happen. But it means more layering, which means covering up more stuff. Okay, so everything inked, and now I just need to figure out where it's going to go. I'm going to put pop dots on the back of this. Oh, I have a new order. Does that mean I have strips again? Let's see. Have I got strips in this box? I think I do. Papio strips. So much easier. Also, I'm going to show you things I got that were not for the kit. Okay. Number one, yes, I have strips here. Boop. Yay. Now, other things I bought that were not actually on my shopping list, but I just think you'll appreciate. Scrapbook.com did a pineapple stencil. I have no idea why, but many of you will know that I'm always trying to find random pineapple embellishments, because that's the name of the dance studio that we go to and the performing arts school that he goes to. It's all named after pineapple. So that might not be what Scrapbook.com was thinking when they designed a pineapple stencil, but I bought one. Look forward to dancing pineapple pages. Now here, are you ready? This is going to be the bit that'll just make your heart flutter. So I hope Sarah can at least appreciate the visual. Hold on, let's see if I can get them all the right way and all nicely arranged. Look at this fresh, refreshed rainbow. It's not in rainbow order. I could have done that. But how happy is my enamel dot drawer going to be? Look at that. So yeah. Okay. Maria says, not to add to your list, but Maybe in 2023, can you do a class on how to scrapbook when you have little kids? Tips and strategy. Do you mean like finding time? Or do you mean like what sort of stuff to scrapbook? I often feel like I'm not the right person to give the advice because even though I went from scrapbooking myself to scrapbooking a child, I only have one child and I have my work day to scrapbook. I did write an article that's a blog post that's still around about finding time to scrapbook. What do you need to search to find it? I'm going to find out for you right now. What's the post called? Is it just called Making Time? Oh, and this is funny because I would have guessed, it is. I would have guessed that I wrote this after WB, but I wrote this way before. Okay, if you search Making Time and then site Shimelle.com, it'll come up. The blog post is called Making Time, and it's how many steps, how many tips on ways to find, it's 12 things. 12 things on how to use time for the stuff that you want. Now, interestingly, that means that I wrote it not just before WB, but before social media as we know it. So maybe I need to go back and look. But anyway, for what it's worth, you can check out that article and see if anything speaks to you in a way. And maybe, I'm just going out on a limb, but there's one of the 12 steps in there is to realize, it's specifically mentioned about TV. So I didn't have a TV until lockdown. And for a long time, that's what I would say is when people would say like when I was still working full time and not as a scrapbooker, people would say like, well, how do you find time to make all the pages if you have a really intensive job? And I was like, well, I don't have a TV, so I don't watch TV. And after a while, I kind of thought that whole process through, and it was making a choice and going, you know, if I want to watch TV, it is a choice of what I'm doing with my time. And what I am not doing with my time. So unless you scrapbook while you watch TV, then that time was going for there. I kind of want to, I haven't reread the article. I just know, I have the vague memory of reading it, of writing it, not reading it, of writing it. And I wonder if I went back now, if I could take out the word TV and put in social media. I would not be surprised. Does that make sense? So yeah, it's not, I have no problem with saying, you know, this is what I spend my time on. And if you spend your time on social media, that's fine, but that is a choice. And you could spend that time on scrapbooking. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I have a TV now, so don't worry. I'm not super like some sort of evangelical kill your TV kind of way, but my husband still has a kill your TV shirt, even though we have a TV. Okay, so I don't know where everything's going to fit together. I'm going to live dangerously, and I'm just going to start sticking. Yeah. I'm going to make it work. And I'm going to scare Amy. That's how I'm going to make it work. Bye-bye. That needs a hole punched. Sarah chopped up a bunch of stamped backgrounds that she made after doing the Use What You Buy class, and now she can't stop making them. I love that you can't stop using your stamp sets now. Yay! Look, I'm just being brave from the get-go. I'm tearing things, I'm cutting things. Just, you've looked at it long enough, Shimelle. Just stick it all together. Just do it. It's fine. That needs to go on top. Yep. This one's going to go here. This one's going to go this side. I am loving this floral background now, so even though the A side is really pretty, I'm very much happy with this. Okay. They're going, I'm trying to keep this going, so the one on the left goes over the one on the right. The one on the left goes over the one on the right, except the photo will be on top of everything, but this is on the left, so this is going to go to the right. Get it? Okay. Is this wide enough? Yep. Cassie says she definitely doesn't use her craft time getting distracted by reels. Cassie, neither do I. I have no idea what you're talking about. In no part of the world do we spend time sending each other reels. Don't know what you're on about. Juliet says the first tip on Google is to limit your supplies. Well, that is what Best of Both Worlds is all about. So I can't laugh at that too much, because the whole idea is, what if I just work with this amount? And it does make things easier. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was doing live streams where I used like anything could go in my stash, the live streams were slower and more disjointed because I could choose from anything, which meant I often did not have direction. Why, yes, I did just take all of that and just show you the red edge. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm going to do this too. And this part's going to go back here. And this one's going to go at the bottom. Yeah, so limiting your supplies doesn't mean that you have to use stuff you don't like. Yeah. It can still mean that you have a kit subscription, or you use a shopping list each month, or you create a kit from your stash. All of those things can help. But I know it's easy to be like, but I have all this other stuff. Yeah, we get you. Somebody said, now that you have a TV, what do you enjoy watching? Oh, Elaine said. So, grown-up stuff, we just started watching The Peripheral. That's on Amazon Prime Video, whatever, a million different words they want to add there. Oh, by the way, is anybody else like a bit miffed with the changes that just happened to Amazon Music? It's now like a free Spotify, and that's not what I used to use it for. That's what I use Spotify for. So I'm being a very grumpy old lady about it. I'm resisting change. Yeah, but things that we have watched that really enjoyed. We're watching Andor. I really enjoyed the Star Wars series. I love, now, not everybody in our house does, but I really like the change of pace from the Star Wars films, which are like frenetic soap opera in space pacing, to the TV series where it's really quite slow and detailed and giving you lots of pieces to put together. Now, I know the internet is like, they just did that because the fandom will take anything. Well, yes, the fandom, my part of the fandom, me, myself, and I, says, yes, I like it a lot. Yeah, same thing with like WandaVision and Loki. I really loved both of those because slow it down and tell me more about these characters rather than just run from fight scene to fight scene. Yeah. But I like storytelling, so there we go. Oh, Ginny says the change in Amazon Music is horrible. Okay, we have a club. I want to be able to click on the song I want and play the whole song. I want to be able to play an album in order. AJ and Jennifer also liking the different pace of the Star Wars series. Yeah. Okay, so I think these are going to be the circles. They're a little bigger than I imagined. So maybe I make them 2 pieces. Okay, I have circle dies out because I used them in the stamping live stream. So, oh, one is falling out of the tray. Is it just one of them? I really should do some better sort of storage. But is anybody with me and also just has a stack like this? I don't know. It mostly works, so I mostly don't mess with it, right? Okay, so here's what I was thinking. If I find one circle to go here and one circle for the outside. Let's see what sizes those are. Okay. So this one is going to go there. Then one to make the gap. And then does the next one fit nicely around the outside? That'd be really convenient if it does. Do I need to go one more? That's too big. Oh. Okay, well, I'm going to try it then on the one that I'm least in love with because I don't know what I would need the number 2 for. So I'm going to try it on this one first. And see what I think. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Terry. It's totally okay to mix and match patterns. If you couldn't mix and match patterns, I would not be in this game. Mixing and matching patterns is my happiness. How do I store my dies? Literally like that. So these all stacked in their little plastic thing, and then those all sit in a basket. You think I'm kidding? Hold on. Here's the basket. Da da da. Hold on. Let's make it. I can't tell if you can see. All right. I'm gonna move this over. This is my die collection. See, sometimes without any packaging. Great. Oh, this is supposed to be with embossing folders. Good job, Shimelle. Good job. This is one of my favorite products ever, but it totally tanked. Are you ready? If you ever see these or have them, use them. So it's 4 dies that are long like this, and they cut garland to go make a paper chain. Yeah. They all slot together. It made me very happy, but no one wanted to stock it. Another embossing folder in the wrong place. Yep, so this is my die storage. I'm a terrible example, but also it works, mostly. I'll put these with the embossing folders now. They just sit behind that basket. That's all. Okay. Come here, basket. Come back in the drawer. So these live in a drawer that's right behind me. In fact, I'll show you. Hold on. Another camera. The drawer right here. There and there. Jolie says, any opinions on Bob Iger returning as the CEO of Disney? Well, I know it probably won't be as big a change as some people were hoping in the Disney social media world this morning. Whoa, boy, people were like, you should do this. And I'm like, whoa, that's not going to happen. I just don't think it's going to happen. But, okay. Yes, that is pretty. I shouldn't have put them back. I should just cut more. Okay, so we'll cut all of those. Yeah, so my thoughts are, my biggest hope, number one, post-COVID restrictions, the current management of the Disney company has kept staff numbers down, and it is obvious. There need to be more people on the ground rather than taking a handful of people and making them work an impossible schedule and working until they are exhausted and they no longer have the energy to provide you with the happiness that comes with going to somewhere that is literally called Fantasyland. Yeah, you want your cast to be super happy and kind if that's what you're promising. So there we go. My biggest hope is that Iger coming back will make that change. I don't know if he will. I got no idea. But I don't think Chapek was going to do it. So I feel like there's marginally more of a chance that it might happen now. I don't know. There we go. Oh, Diane says her best of both worlds kits are in disarray and she needs a better storage option. Hold on and let me cut these and then I will show you how I store my kits. So I have 3 different ways. I have the kit I'm using currently, which you see how I store it. It's the one that's active on my desk and it basically just stays out on my desk. If I'm working on other projects at the same time, then I put it in a folder. And that's the second way that I store my kits. So I'll show you one of those, just a moment, is with big folders. And those pieces here, they're still quite pretty. They're like a white vellum with gold around the edges. So I'm definitely not getting rid of those. They might go on somewhere. I don't know where. Okay, last one. And then once I've used a kit to where I don't have full sheets left and everything is pretty well picked apart but could still be useful when put in with other stuff, then it goes into one IKEA box, which I believe they don't have right now. They've taken it out of the UK inventory. I believe it was somebody checked in Australia and they don't have it there anymore. I don't know if it's current or not in the States either. But scrapbook.com sells something that's quite similar. If you're in the States, then that's probably not a bad way to order it. But I don't know about how flat it folds down, so it might not be viable for shipping overseas. I have not investigated. Okay, so hold it. How about sticker storage and filing them? Okay. On all of these topics, I'm going to tell you that my answer is always going to shock you a little bit. And it is, do not, sorry, I'm just putting my die cutter away. Don't overthink it. You really don't have to. So if you are somebody who works in a way that it makes sense to drill everything down to individual categories, then great. But I am not you. And I don't know how to work that way. So hold on. My best of both worlds stuff looks like this. So if it goes into a folder, it's a folder like this. So this is a kit where I deemed I did not use it enough and I need to do more videos with it. And so it's still in the folder because there's a lot of stuff there. Yeah, it's okay. I might have a plan. I'm not going to announce it because I know what I'm like. If I announce it, I'll mess it up. So I'm not going to do that. Okay, so 1, it might just be loose on my desk. 2, it might be in one of those folders. Then here is the box. I'm going to see how I can show this to you. I might have to put it on the other camera and just hold it in the air. I don't want all of that to fall over. This is not made for taking out of my cupboard. Okay. From here, it looks like that. Let's hold it up to the other camera. Hello. Okay, so this is what the IKEA box looks like. Da, da, da. Where can I be in focus? Here. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4 small pockets at the front, 2 medium-sized pockets here, and a big, like 14-inch wide pocket across the back. So I can put big papers at the back, sticker sheets here, smaller items here, 3x4 cards. This is all die cuts, enamel dots, and other random stuff that doesn't fall in there. Now, I don't put stamps and stencils and tools and anything like that. Those go back into where I store that sort of stuff. Yeah. Now, as for stickers that weren't in a kit, I have 2 kinds of stickers, letters and not letters. That's the only way I differentiate. I will say I do have my own collections separated out from everything else. But really that's just oh, I'm trying to put it back in now. Hold on. I don't want to bust everything up. There we go. I have my own collections but separated, but that's just tied over from oh, I'm on the wrong camera, sorry. From having to work with them all the time. Yeah? And having like obligations to be able to show you every product. Right. So I can talk some more while I do this. But I don't do like further organizing of stuff. Julianne's like, if we just ask random storage questions, we end up getting a thorough studio tour that you've been wanting. Well, did you miss when I took you through that cupboard? A few weeks ago, I filmed just like a mini tour of just that cupboard, and it included that box. And it's in one of the Best of Both Worlds videos. Yeah. But yeah, I don't like, okay. Like here, hold on. Welcome to my die cut collection. There's no organization there. I don't want organization. I want to look through and be like, I fancy working with die cuts today. What should I pick? And that's how I do it. And the shuffling through is totally what inspires me. So I know this works for some people to have like one of those units that has like a million little drawers and you separate everything down into those little drawers. Oh my goodness, no. So, there we go. Julianne's like, yes, I saw the cupboard, but now I want more and more and more cupboards. Okay, keep in mind it's a small studio. So you saw that section. There's one more that's the same size. There's the paper cupboard, which you've seen inside, which also has my booper frames, my booper heads. And then there's the 4 drawers where I pointed that are right behind me when I'm talking. And there's the space inside the desk. That's it. And the reason you haven't had a tour is because then there's stuff everywhere else. And my husband is standing on the stairs, rolling his eyes and not knowing what to do because he's like, there is so much everywhere. So that's why you don't have a tour. So there we go. All right. Stick the stuff down before there's grumbling about my messy creativity. Julianne, I don't separate collections other than the stuff that I designed myself in my own collections and the stuff that's been in Best of Both Worlds. Everything else is in that die cut box. That is my entire die cut collection, barring the die cuts that have been in Best of Both Worlds and the die cuts I've designed. That's it. Simple. Okay, so I want all of these to end up tucked under the left-hand edge. So I'm going to put adhesive on the left-hand edge of them. Oh, and then push it so that it doesn't stick. Okay, and what I was thinking was, it does mean that I could alternate. They don't need to go with their corresponding color. Now that I've cut them apart, they can be separate. Now where am I going to stick that one? Fold it, fold it, fold it, and stick it around the back. Sophia's like, Sophia, was it the scrap basket that that you saw was how I did it? So that's what's in my desk. So the desk looks like this. Hold on, let me sketch it for you. Just 1 second. I suppose I could use a new sheet of paper. I don't know. All right. So my desk looks like this. This is Maleficent. That's the top, in case you didn't know. There's wheels on it. That's, I'm giving you forced perspective instead of anything real. I amuse myself. Okay, pens and glue and scissors are on this side. Yeah, that's scissors. It looks like cherries. I don't know. Ink and stencils. Same drawer with pens, scissors, glue. A drawer with ink, stencils, ink blocks, paintbrushes. Scrap basket is basically this whole thing plus sea monkey food. and emotional support Cheshire Cat. Oh, I tell a lie. My 6x6 papers are in here too. They're in this little corner bit here. He sits on the top of them. He still smells nice. Okay, this is sewing here. Fabric, ribbons, threads. In theory, the sewing machine. Yeah. My scrap basket is not organized in any way. It is a basket and I put the scraps in it. The only thing is that I put the best of both worlds scraps in that box separately. But all my other scraps are in there. That's it. Terry didn't see the booper storage. Booper storage you can see on my Instagram reels. So it's 2 different reels, one that just shows it to you and like the before and after of how I store them, and then one that shows you how I made the frames. But it's a picture frame with bits of Velcro, and then the booper heads stick to that, and they're all labeled. Okay, finish page. I'm going to get distracted and not finish on time. No. Sophia says when she did clear the desk, the class clear the desk, it clicked for her to be like, oh, I don't need to super organize. I could just let it be. Okay, I'm wondering about some of them circles, some of them the double. So I'm going to try that. So what we got left at, the number 2 I don't really need. But I like this one. Kind of want that airmail to stick. Oh, I put one that broke my rule. We'll see about that. I know. Here I am, putting stuff on top of my journaling space. It's going to be okay. I know these are lifting right now, but when they're in a page protector, they won't lift. So and they are secure because they're adhered over here. So I'm not too worried. Maybe that one is just this. Nope, that one's going over the top now because I just tore it trying to take it off. So yeah, I definitely think the way to organize is always what works for your creative process. Listen to yourself as you're creating. What is frustrating to you? What is inspiring to you? And go with that. There is not one organized way. I know there are some people who have these like highly detailed systems and they'll sell you the products to make that happen. And I look at it and to me, it doesn't spark joy. To me, it's too sterile. I thrive in seeing all the things mixed together. That's why I'm chaos with craft supplies. Yeah. Okay, tile's gonna go up here because I got a nice space for it. Yep, we're good. Oh, yeah, I got 1D. Okay. Random. I kind of want to do smaller letters above. Maybe I wonder if I have any like little white circular letters to do greetings from, like the old postcard kind of thing. Greetings from Fake England. Have I used that as a title before? I don't know. Fake England is what we always call this. So we always call the UK Pavilion Fake England. See you later, Elaine. Diane says, did we get the dies in a best of both worlds kit? The circles, no, that's just a general tool. So you could use circle punches. You could cut them out with scissors. But I had the dies out on my desk. Yeah, that's just a set of nested circle dies that I've had for a very long time. Definitely like a useful supply if you have a die cutter and you want to save time cutting things. Nested circles quite handy. Yeah, last time I was like, I think there needs to be a t-shirt that says I'm chaos with craft supplies. Yep. Chaos Craft Club. I don't see any reason why not. Now I'm going to end up, speaking of chaos, as I put on a letter crooked, there's going to end up being some trap space here, so I'm going to put another layer in to get rid of that. Okay, and I want small letters up there to say greetings from. So what little scrap can I put in here? I can put in that. Almost. Okay. Stickers. Yeah, so here's Lori's my opposite. Lori says, chaos stifles my creativity. I finally figured out why I got frustrated and would walk away. I changed my storage for what works for me, and now I'm so much more creative and happy. Yes. Yeah, so it's all about tuning in to what works for you. Yeah, so Lori and I are opposites here, totally. And she's probably got a little bit of anxiety of seeing the mess around the edge of my desk. But I actually find a clean desk terrifying. I do it sometimes. I do it for classes because it's kind of important to feel like it's all chilled and focused and everything. But in my mind, I'm going, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It's like a blank page. Right. Sophia says, okay, chat, riddle me this. What is a Brazilian melon fruit? I have a repro old ad here for an ornamental fruit-bearing plant that no one should fail to secure, and it looks like possibly mango. Is mango considered a Brazilian melon? I don't know. Okay, so let's find pieces in here. That can also work. I really want the airmail piece to stay, so it's going to be harder to find places for these to fit. This is too big. I can't make it work. I need littler. Sorry, you're going back. Just give me little things. Let's have these little blossoms instead. No figs though. Flower. This butterfly. Because I got a butterfly here, a butterfly here. We're going to have a butterfly up here. With some papillos. Oh, Cassie will be so much happier with me now. Look, I've got a nice even line, and I can start again and not have the line going from both sides. Cassie says she likes to pretend she's not chaos. I know Cassie in person, and this is true. And that she keeps everything nice and organized until she's actually crafting, and then it's not so organized anymore. I think that is a popular choice. I'm just going to hazard a guess that she's not alone in this. Terry says she's realizing maybe she enjoys watching chaotic crafters, but like Lori, she gets frustrated and walks away when she's crafting herself. So maybe keeping her own things a little more organized would help her. Totally. I also think if you do get frustrated with your stuff and walk away, stop and ask yourself, do I have too much? I know that's a crazy question in this genre, but it is a very real possibility. It does happen. Kimberly says, do I get ink on my fingers when inking small pieces? Because Kimberly always does. Well, not too bad when I'm using a booper just on the edges of the stickers and things, but I tell you what was funny. So for the Ornamentally Yours thing, I did, where's the piece that made me all inky? So I did another one of, this was what background that I had prepared earlier, and then I did another one in the live so that if anybody hadn't seen like ink blending, that I could walk them through that. And I was using I was using a brush to blend it. I, for some reason, got so much ink on my hands, and I'm not ordinarily super uninky, but it was extreme. And then yesterday I went to have my shellac soaked off, and there was so much ink stained. Like I'd scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, and my fingers were still green. And the lady was all sorts of polite and didn't say a word, but of course it all came off with the super duper acetone. So there we go. All right. So I'm going to journal on here. I'm going to add letter stickers, hopefully little circular white ones up here that says greetings from Fake England. I'm going to write the story about, can you take my picture in Fake England? And then I feel like it needs a little bit more along this diagonal. So what can I do there? Well, it can't be things that are tucked behind because I've already brought in the title. So it needs to be pieces that can float. So let's do some enamel dots. Where did my pastel-y ones go? And then for the remaining live stream, I need to do a focus on pink because I have a lot of pink options left in this kit, and use a bunch more of the rub-ons. Could use rub-ons under here, around there, if you wanted on this layout. Yeah. So I'm going to take enamel dots out like that. And I'll put the mist along that line too, so I'll bring gold mist in here. Hello, Corey. Diane tidies up and then she can't find anything. I totally understand that feeling. So I'm going to put this along the diagonal to give, oh, and apparently here, I'll just go ahead and put some more in there. Otherwise, one dot looks totally wrong. Right. Journaling, a little bit more with the title lettering, but that's where I got to go today because a small person likes to get picked up and taken to swimming lessons. Sophia says, have you not heard the tales that Dina Wakely can tell of how she trails paint everywhere, embedded in the steering wheel of her car, light switches, TV remotes? Oh, I have spent enough time with Dina to know this is 100% true. And I have sat in a dinner with Dina at a restaurant where the waitress started looking at Dina, and Dina was in there ordering her food and then wondered why the waitress was still looking at her. And Dina said, oh, and a glass of water or something like that. So she like added a drink because she thought the waitress was looking to like for Dina to finish something, like that she hadn't finished her order when she had. And when the waitress left the table, we realized, Dina turned around to the rest of us and we realized it was because she had a big streak of ink or paint right through her eyebrow. So she was in all her clothes from the show, so she's looking quite presentable. But she has this like massive stripe above her eye where she's probably just wiped her forehead or scratched her eye when she's demonstrating. And no one's told her all day long that she's got this colorful line right across her eyebrow. Dina's a gem. She's fabulous. Right, that's me done for today. Have a wonderful rest of the week. And if you are celebrating Thanksgiving, enjoy that too. I'm just going to do, I think this isn't going to drip too much. Oh, there's one that's going to drip. Hold on one second. I'm going to soak one up. Boop. Okay, don't drip. Because, you know, in my imaginary Fantasyland brain, I'm going to get these thumbnails done. I don't know when. But I still want to make them happen, so I got to put that in. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great week, and I will see you next Monday, and maybe with something taped or something on Friday. Go sign up for Junior Christmas. #advertising. Thank you. Bye.